Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Club TopShot. We have a packed show for you tonight. The NFT mania rolls on unabated. It absolutely will not stop. We also have friend of the show, superstar guest, Ros Gold swinging by later. Also, TJ from Own the Moment. He's going to tell us all about the Owners Club, their new NFT meets DFS blockchain game. All that tonight on Club TopShot.
Damien, you can retire. Let's call up Steve Kerr right now. Tell him you're done. 3-on-2 game.
Oh, I'm an incredible basketball player. Awful shooter. Awful shooter.
Nasty jumper.
Would you ever gamble on shooting? Bob?
Here we go.
Let's see.
We got jaw lighting up again.
On that note, let me go.
All right. Club Top Shop going up on a Tuesday.
Love.
All right, guys. No Peter Jennings tonight. Breaking news here. No Peter Jennings. This is what we got. That's right. Peter Jennings has been dunked on too many times by his wife. He needs to ice up tonight. But we have Jack Settleman. We have NBL. We have Andy. How are we doing, guys?
Doing well. That was fantastic work by Clay, the music montage. That was Clay, right? Or was that you?
That was Augustine that actually put that together. And then
Wow.
I was like, we need a little music for this. So, I came in and scored it. And that is how the sausage gets made.
You wanted it? Oh, scored it. I thought you said squirted it.
Yes.
I was like, that's a wild start to the show.
Yeah. And the Oscar for Best Squirt goes to
Oh, boy.
Andy looks like he is working on something right now.
I know. I'm just reading. There's some more stupid NFT things.
Because he's a rugger.
Yeah.
He's a rug. He's the guy that pulls the rug.
That's what I do.
So please explain this to me again. I so much stuff happens so fast. I can barely keep up. I saw something like you spun up some kind of free NFT project. What happened today?
So there's a little bit more history to it. So there's this NFT that the guy who made Blit Maps, you guys may or may not have seen those before. He made this thing called Loot, which is essentially like it's just a text file. I'll share one with you on OpenSeas so you can share it with the chat and they can see what it looks like. Or you can even pull them up if you want to share your screen, show the good people what they got going on here. It's really high quality.
Yeah, I saw them on OpenSea and I was like, there's no way that Satoshi, who's like the Satoshi of NFTs?
I don't really think there is one.
That like there needs to be one because there's no way whoever created the ERC token was like, this is how we're going to use the technology is Word documents on a black screen. Like, how is this worth money?
So basically it's cool because he made it and it's fully on chain and he gave them all away for free. And so then people like just decided that it was cool. And like I think a lot of people are really like personally I'm very into like D&D and a lot of the stuff that like goes along with it. And so like this really plays into that. And so immediately when I saw these, I thought of playing D&D and like your abilities and all that different type of stuff. And so people are like making a bunch of different stuff with it. They have like a Discord that you can join only if you have a divine robe. So like one of the items is divine robe, and the floor for one with a divine robe right now is 37 Ethereum, and like they're selling at 37 Ethereum. Basically just to join a Discord. It's basically a token to join a Discord.
Now, Andy, and now I'm looking at this and am I seeing that it looks like, is that Times New Roman? It seems rare.
I mean, it looks really rare. That's a fact. So
I still don't think I understand, but keep going.
So then I was like, oh, this is really fun. What I'm going to do. So in D&D, there are like ability scores, which are like 6 different attributes. And so I was like, oh, let me do the same thing, but like with on-chain, like random dice rolls. And then you can have like strength, dexterity, wisdom, all of that stuff at like kind of in the exact same vein as this, and you could like use them to like, have some type of thing that you could go and plug into a game and say like, this is my character that I want to use, and these are my stats. And if the game respects those, it could be kind of fun. And so I made that and was giving them away for free. And you could like the first 8,000 of them, you could claim with your loot token. So that the reason that these have gone up in price so much is people are making interesting things and then saying, oh, this is free for everyone who has a loot token. I don't even have that many of them. I just think it's fun. And so then I made that, and then I very quickly realized that there was a bug in it. And so then I had, and every time someone would mint one with a loot token, like for their loot token, it got sent to my address instead of to their address. I was like, oh shit. And so I immediately like deleted the tweet with the link to Etherscan and posted everywhere I posted, like, this is a bug. Don't use this one. I'm going to deploy a new one in a second.
So people were paying gas fees and sending you the mints.
Yeah.
That's
and so then I deployed the new one, and I was like, all right, guys, here's the right one.
It's a good scam.
Yeah. And they were like, wow, rugged.
Ros.
Hey, Ros, welcome to the show. We're looking at the hottest new NFT. It's a string of Times New Roman words.
Loot.
What do you think?
Yeah, so okay, I actually think loot is pretty cool. I'm not even gonna front, but I don't know if I'm gonna ape in because the floor is so high, and I just feel like right now I'm wary of projects that in like 2 days like have already popped to like a 70th floor. I feel like there's been a few, and I won't say names, but that have done that and then regressed or went backwards. I feel like, everything has such a hype cycle right now because everybody's they're all feeding into building what the next thing is. And, somebody's got to buy your bag. So basically those with big followings pump and we pump in. And the other day I was sitting there, I'm like, are we all geniuses or are we all just buying the same shit from each other?
I think it's that. I'm pretty sure it's that.
It's a little bit of both. There's like a group of like 100 and occasionally like one new person arrives and we're like, all right, we got one. Yeah.
So, so I actually have been more careful. Like I have been trying to build better positions in projects that I think are blue chips or that I believe in, even if they're not necessarily, a big, juggernaut one. And then other than that, I don't think I'm going to follow every single trend because I don't think all of these are going to be winners. I think we're having a moment. And I'd also like to keep some liquidity in ETH, which is tough to do when you're in this NFT game, because I do think there might be more for Ethereum to do. And if it pops, I want to be liquid. I don't want all my money, all my stuff stuck in NFTs. And, who knows if ETH is ETH when ETH is 5,000 or something like that. You feel me?
I feel like you just kind of perfectly encapsulated all of the
Everything.
thoughts that everyone has just in one thing where it's like, we all want ETH, but we also don't want to miss out on these projects. And we can't tell if we're a genius or if we're idiots. So I think that's a very relatable sentiment.
I send any ETH that I have that I don't want to put into NFTs right away. I send to a completely different wallet. I send it over to Nexo, which is like this boomer platform.
Wait, you can get it. Can't you?
You can get it, but it's a whole process to then pull it out, and it's a whole extra steps between me and spending Ethereum that I don't want to spend. You just got to put in extra steps. Yes.
I'm crying laughing because I do the same thing.
Yes,
I now have two wallets but now I just go through all of the extra baggage steps just to send my, literally, if you could see my like emails coming back, you have received 1.7 ETH. You have sent, each time I'm like, boy, don't let me mess this up and send 20 ETH to the wrong address. But what's funny? I do the same thing with Postmates and Uber Eats because I was like, yo, you're spending too much money on like these delivery apps. So I actually deleted one once, and then I find myself reinstalling it and have to put my number back in, and that's annoying. And then sometimes I take the apps and put them on like the 5th scroll page. So by the time you're scrolling 5 times on your phone to get to that Postmates, I'll be sitting there like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Each swipe is further guilt. Like it is so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
The ETH guilt is the like $8 you have to pay to send it back to your like NFT wallet, and it's like, man.
I mean,
that's the punishment.
I mean, with ETH at the way we talk, with ETH at like 3,400 or whatever it is right now, because it seems to be ripping. But I feel like I'm like, take that $15. What do I need $15 for? I'm sending to whatever. It's crazy. You can't think in ETH because I have to remind myself I am not rich, and so it's so tough. But I want to make sure because I'm here for a short time, not a long time. as Drake once said. But I'm here for a good time, not a long time. But Andy, I want to thank you for my first ever, I don't know the correct terminology of this, but fractionalized.
I go with fractionalized.
Fractionalized experience.
That was the first draft of the site was fragmentalized.
So tell me what I actually did, because I was with you in the party punk bid, did it. I came out with a little extra money at the end, but what did I actually do?
So what you did was during the party bid, we all pooled together Ethereum to win an auction for that zombie CryptoPunk. Mm-hmm. And then once we won the auction, the zombie was fractionalized on the protocol that I helped build, Fractional Art, and we all had shared ownership of it. And part of that shared ownership is being able to vote on a price to sell the NFT. And so the price was around 1,100-ish Ethereum to trigger an auction to sell it out. And so then someone deposited that money and started an auction for the NFT, and it ended up going for just below 1,900 Ethereum. And so since we bought it at like a little under 1,200 and sold it for 1,900, everyone made like a little over 60%, something like that.
Is this the future?
I certainly hope so.
Betting his life on it being the future.
And Ros claimed all her tokens by herself. She was texting me, and I was asleep because she's on a different time schedule than me. I thought it was a cool experience. And then I'm going to toot my own horn. I flipped it for some floor punks and then got out of those in the morning. And I made a nice return as well. So, Ros, if you were up, I would have hit your line. But I know we're in this together.
No, I kind of conceptually understood it as when I saw it happening, and I saw everybody change their like profile pics to like the zombie in a hat, party hat. I fundamentally understood it as a way for me to get in on something I could not afford, which was like this. Was it a zombie or was it the alien? I don't know. Was it
zombie?
No, zombie. There's no alien. Zombie. So, and I knew I couldn't do that. So this was my way to have a slice of that. And if I followed anything on punks, now those high ticket items, when they appreciate in value, boy, do they really go up exponentially in a big way. And so that's all I understood. And then literally like Jack sent me a link. I was like, hey, can I do this with you guys? He sent me a link. I like threw in just some play money, like not play money, but just to see what happened. And it was a great experience because I see a lot of people talking about this. And yeah, I hit Jack because I saw somebody saying, hey, the reserve price was hit. So I was like, yo, Jack, if we have to do anything, let me know when it's time to do something.
Yeah. The only thing we needed to do, this was the first coordinated pump that I've ever been a part of, which was everyone was like, all right, we have to make sure more people, because for a minute we were like, is no one good? Like, is this person going to steal this? Like, punks have appreciated 3x since we bought this, and they're getting it for below. And then I think, Andy, right? Someone actually was trying to bid almost 2,000 ETH, but they didn't want to pay $18 for a $6 million. Like, what?
Yeah, they bid like $6.5 million, and they skimped on the gas, and the transaction didn't go through.
Unbelievable.
That is.
Yeah, so who knows what it would have gone for?
The zombie with the party hat, that avatar was a genius, marketing play. Like made it, and because everyone always asks that question: if you own a fraction of a Bored Ape or a fraction of a punk, can you use that as your avatar? Can you not? And that kind of differentiated and let everyone do the avatar. And I thought it was pretty cool. Nice little marketing side of things.
It's how it got my attention too. Seeing the avatar.
I mean, as we've seen, the avatars make the NFT world go round at this point. Like if you don't have a good way to get that NFT into an avatar, it's probably in GMI. But I mean, Ros, proper
Why
welcome.
do we want to be ourselves though? I don't understand. Maybe I'm not going to make it.
I don't know. My profile right now is just pure white. I'm waiting for the right offer to come along to pay for that real estate, that very valuable real estate. But Ros, welcome back to the show. You are an absolute favorite on the podcast. Always love getting to talk with you. I feel like you're a natural fit like us, where we're just into all of the different things between TopShot, getting pulled in all these different directions. So a proper welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me, y'all. I really learned so much from you guys and enjoy kicking it here. I feel like if I've made any appearances of all the people that have reached out, I'm always on Club Top Shot. So I rock with the club too. I'm good with the bouncers here. I'll be like, yo, girls, we going to Club Top Shot tonight. I know the guy at the door. We good here.
They pull up that rope real quick when they see Ros walking up to the club.
We good here, sis. Let's go to Club Top Shot tonight.
So
I see y'all got a sponsor. We making money. Presented by Underdog Fantasy. Let's go.
There you go. We're gonna clip that. They'll love
that.
Yeah. So you were just broadcasting a WNBA game before this?
Yeah. I was like, yo, if this game goes to overtime, I will not make the club tonight. But it didn't. They finished. It was close. The Sparks lost to the Indiana Fever. Kelsey Mitchell and I hit a really clutch like 3-point shot in the waning seconds over Nneka Ogwumike, and basically down the stretch there was a chance to almost even tie it, and the Sparks couldn't do it, and so there was no overtime, and I had a little 20 minutes here to go and hang out with y'all.
Awesome. Well, we will make sure we maximize our time here. I mean, let's get right into it. I mean, TopShot drops the WNBA. They do the airdrop for the new users with the Wilson moment, and now we had a full proper WNBA rollout. How excited are you?
So excited. I mean, it's incredible. I feel like anybody who loves the W and, might be a TopShot head or not, but has heard of TopShot, is really excited. It was something that was super anticipated. I think the rollout was really well done. It's, based around A'ja Wilson, with her having the first ever WNBA TopShot historic moment. And that's our reigning MVP, and she had a fabulous Olympics in Tokyo, her first Olympics, and was tied for the team's leading scorer. So not only is it a historic moment, but likely A'ja Wilson's got a lot more to do. And then all those great debut moments from, literally like all the superstars, all the future Hall of Famers, which I found to be different in some ways than the NBA TopShot rollout, where sometimes you were still waiting for different players' moments across different drops. And I feel like, all the heavy hitters are in this, and it's exciting. And I think it's going to be great for the league. I heard something like 75,000 people plus were in the queue waiting to get a WNBA TopShot pack, which I think is huge. And it's going to reward the engaged already existing fans, but I'm excited about the influx of new ones that are going to come in, and it's great for the league.
What's your favorite WNBA moment on the site so far?
Yeah, I have a few. I actually got to build out my collection because for those who are listening, if you make your showcase, and I only know this because I actually did a spaces today for TopShot and the WNBA with Renee Montgomery, and Jacob Eisenberg was there. And he said, if you do your showcase of just any five WNBA players, you're going to get airdropped that A'ja Wilson first moment.
Wow.
Is that still active?
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
yes,
2 more days.
Well, I just got the email saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you can do that. You can do that by Thursday morning, I think, and you'll have a chance to get that. So I wanted to put that out there.
Go. I'm in.
Me too. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm probably going to build it out. Like my favorite moment right now, so I'm going to go with the Brittany Griner dunk.
Yeah.
Here's why. One, I think dunks are going to be more rare because they don't happen as often in the women's game. Two, I also tend, me, I'm a narrative girl. So the fact that these are video plays, I like to see the emotion. Yeah, Brittany goes up and throws down a one-handed jam, but watch her at the end. Tug out, pulling up the jersey. I love it. All that emotion and fun. It actually reminds me of the same kind of joy and energy that turnaround three from LeBron James had. The no-look three, three from LeBron James. A lot of people's favorite moments because he's just having so much fun with the bench. It's a cool little moment. So for this one, I definitely think this is like an awesome WNBA TopShot moment. If y'all are looking for more alpha intel, I think for this rookie class, I know we look at rookies and try to get debut, rookie moment, rookie mint. I think that Ari McDonald of the Atlanta Dream, she's getting
I did some research and I nailed one of those. Yes.
Yeah. Of this draft class, she's probably having a solid showing here and getting more opportunity as the season ends down because the Dream don't really seem playoff bound.
That's a sick moment too.
Yeah, that's really nice. I just watched it.
Y'all remember her from Arizona when we all fell in love during the NCAA
went
tournament?
off in the tournament.
Right.
She went off.
Right. And so, Arizona went up against my Stanford Cardinal, but you hated to see Ari McDonald go down, but she was terrific. So that's a nice little pickup. Personal favorites, the Sabrina Ionescu game winner to start the season off. I love Nneka Ogwumike. You got to get anything DT. Get her first moment. If you think that you got to have Kevin Durant's debut, then you got to have Diana Taurasi's debut. She's arguably the GOAT, and for many is. Sue Bird, assist is huge. Her debut assist moment as well. This is the league leader in assists. Diana Taurasi, the league leader in points. These are greats. Together, they just won their 5th straight Olympic gold medal, the only duo to do that in Olympics. I mean, we're talking greatness.
Crazy.
Collect their moments. So, that's a little intel for different moments I think are cool. I'm trying to think off the top of my head.
And we've seen a bunch of serials go. We've seen big sales in them. It's not just there's legit collectors who are like, these are going to be moments that I need to own. Their number one. I heard your spaces today. Renee was like, if I would need 1 in 21. And I think that's so awesome to hear from her.
Yeah, and she's in these Top Shot streaks. She got in on NBA Top Shot.
I was with her in Atlanta when we were talking about it. She was like, teach me all this stuff. I'm like, all right, here you go. And then months later, she's like, all right, I need to pick up all the cereals. I need to do all But I think she bought in March, so she's lost a little. And she's like, I gotta rebuild my portfolio a little.
Yeah, no, she was on that space. Is like, yeah, we can make money. I was like, and you know me, I like to preach like your fandom and build your collection, collect what you like. She was like, yeah, we in here, we gotta make a portfolio. I was like, she is a businesswoman. That is a team, a part team owner of the Atlanta Dream. So she understands, what's possible here in building value. But for me too, guys, like the WNBA is celebrating year 25 seasons of existence. And it's a celebration. It's also been described as a lot of resilience, perseverance, growth. And so to see Top Shot coming right now, it's also a sprinkle of innovation for what does the next 25 years of this league's existence look like? And imagine that as we celebrate year 25, we're just at year 1 of Top Shot. What is this going to look like when we're celebrating season 30 or 35 and you got in right on the ground floor of these historic moments, literally with players who are going to go down as historic leaders of the game. It's when you think about it in that kind of a big picture way, it gives me goosebumps. And it's like any collector should be serious about getting, especially on this season of WNBA Top Shot.
Yeah, that's it's super fun to have him on the site. And, there's lots of people who, NBL and Andy were super early to the NBA Top Shot. And it's like, well, people always wonder, how can you get in early on some of these stuff? Well, you're early on WNBA. The sites are here and they're all affordable. So definitely have some fun with it. What else?
Are there moments that you guys are excited about? I'm curious for you.
Well, I know Enrique through her brother, and her number 1 was listed at 2K, and that was by far the cheapest one. And I was staring at it. I was like, I probably need to grab this. And then I went away for the weekend and someone bought it. And my thing is I don't know when Legendary's coming. I don't know when all these things are coming. This was a big problem with everyone had for Series 2, which was I want to buy these moments, but what's coming after this? So I kind of said, I'm going to grab one of her moments. I still need to build out my collection, but I'm looking at a ton of her stuff, obviously. She's probably the most underrated player to the casual fan, to the general public. They have no clue who she is. She's probably is the most iconic shot in college basketball history. And she's a 20-a-night scorer. She's incredible.
Are you a on the side WNBA analyst? Because that was incredible.
Well, I'm an Aces fan. I saw the Aces in New York. That's where I saw Asia. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really look like she's trying because she's so much better than a lot of people on the court. It's insane. LeBron level casualness, but so dominant. So I like her and Liz and the team they have there.
Absolutely. And I think anybody buying in on Enrique, because it's kind of like buying stock. Like, you're not going to go wrong. I mean, people have dubbed her greater analysts than I have dubbed her like the closest thing to like the next Tarasi. But she's herself. But she's a big bucket getter and super clutch. And she's
got
like
swag too.
Swag, and she's my Niger sister. Nigerians in the room. I always got to shout out the Nigerians. But you know, she's maybe like she is a star, but I guess you could say up and coming superstar. I mean. And then I'll also say, since you said the aces, the Chelsea Gray crossover pull up game winner over Brianna Stewart to put the aces over the Storm is also a must have, and I gotta swoop that up.
Ros, the one lesson we've learned on here, you got to pack your bags before we pump them.
Yeah,
I'm looking at all these moments as you say them. So you just mentioned Brianna Stewart. I did quite a bit of research when this was all announced. I was like, all right, who am I going for here? My WNBA knowledge. Well, okay, so first, I did not know WNBA is just turning 25. I have been to a few Liberty games, and I watched Rebecca Lobo play. It was probably like the first season the WNBA ever existed. But I didn't realize it was as new as that when I was going to games. But anyway, a lot of websites and articles that I read said that Brianna Stewart's like the best player in the league right now. So I picked up one of her moments. Then I got Tarazi, I got Bird, I got Ari McDonald. My buddy went to Arizona, so he shills all the Arizona people to me. And then I got Tina Charles.
There you
You're
go.
building a good collection.
So you have done an excellent job, and I just want to say I really appreciate the research, and like this is exactly why TopShot is cool. And listening to you, you've built out an incredible collection.
Thank you.
You're spot on too. That Brianna Stewart, I mean, is at her age, pound for pound, probably the most decorated player in women's basketball. And she's a beast, and very likely it's possible. I mean, they have had a few bumps coming out of the Olympic break, but they won the Commissioner's Cup. She was the MVP for the Commissioner's Cup, first ever for the WNBA. Up until these little bumps here coming out of the Olympic break, they've looked super dominant. They could run it back, and Stewie will be could be the finals MVP if that was the case. But it's incredible what she's done coming off of her Achilles injury as well.
Yeah.
One thing I'm upset about is Elena Deladon is an athlete that I think her story is really cool. That she went to UConn and then went back to Delaware to be with her sister. I think that story is really cool. And actually met her one time. So I would love to get one of her moments. And I was disappointed to see she wasn't part of the initial draft, to be honest. So
she hadn't played most of the season because she was hurt, but she's back now. I mean, it's still a game-to-game thing. But absolutely, if an EDD moment drops, we got to pick it up.
Yeah.
And by the way, one name that has been mentioned, which is insane, Candace Parker.
Oh, thank you.
Like, you got it. And that we talk about this a lot, which is not only what these, people are doing on the court, but her presence off the court might be greater than, any of the names we've mentioned tonight. So she's definitely a must have in your starter WNBA collection.
What do you guys think about the prices are slightly low enough, and I do have to go soon, but like just picking up all the moments, like maybe they don't have to be all incredible serials, but just finish out the set, because literally it's like everyone, all of the moments is popping,
Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
When it first came out, I was trying to pick up as many as I could, and they were flying. Like every single time I put through a transaction, I didn't get it. Someone else got it. And then there was a 15-minute cooldown. And so I'm kind of waiting for things to settle down a little bit, and then I'll pick up a few more. But yeah, I've seen a few people post on Twitter they completed the set and obviously did the showcase. And I mean, the first ever drop. It's a pretty cool thing.
Ros, before we let you go, we really appreciate you swinging by. Obviously appreciate all the WNBA alpha here. What else is catching your eye here going on with all this craziness getting pulled in all directions? Anything else fun for you right now?
Oh, NFT space, you mean?
Yeah. Or anything. I don't know. Is there a new restaurant?
Life. Where's dinner tonight?
NFTs. Actually, I will say this because I've been figuring out my strategy as we go along, and literally in February, I just had learned what Ethereum was. Like, I didn't know what none of this is. TopShot, and then there was a thing that came out today. I think Roham tweeted it about TopShot being like an overwhelming, 70, 80 something percent.
Yeah, that was crazy.
people said that that's how they got into NFTs. I am one of them. And now I'm in these streets. And I feel like all of us, you know, people probably, if you've been around since then, and many of you before that, you've seen some gains or you've seen the value of things, you know, skyrocketing. And we all have to figure out our own risk tolerance and this and that. But I have a group of friends that we talk with often, and we talk about like, how do we take gains and how do we be responsible? And, you know, things go up and down. Like if it went down, how do we make sure we're comfortable in that moment? And so like, you know, I think for all the hype and hoopla coming around, I'm in like a million projects, but I've also tried to limit. I recently just decided that I want to keep some stuff, some currency like crypto liquid. I've also decided I can't be in everything, and I have to allow myself to be at peace with that. I might miss some boats. I don't want to FOMO into things, and I've decided there are certain price points like that I'm just like not interested in getting to. I'm interested in either like furthering my positions in blue chips, or like maybe for a quick flip, I'll mint something early. You know, if I'll mint it, because you know that's reducing my risk. You know, minting at lower prices, if you will, and seeing where it goes, and then or investing in things that I believe in, like the long necky ladies. You know, anything with women and empowerment and diversity. You're probably going to get my bucket.
I have a long necky. I'm in the long necky streets.
They're coming out with the fellas. They're coming out with the fellas.
Yeah, the long neck fellas. Yeah.
You know, if I can
the
chill
fellas
back,
are finally getting represented within the long
It's about time.
You know what? You know what? Now that we talk about it, let me show my favorite picks. The World of Women project is incredible, and it's my favorite project right now. And I'm like, you know what? If there's somewhere that I'm going to put gains into, I'll reinvest it there, because one, in a place, I remember thinking when the apes came out, I was like, there's barely two options. It's like kind of an ape with hair, and like maybe it's a girl, like it's got a beard. Like what do girls get to be? And I'm always trying to find some kind of manifestation of myself in these projects. And so I don't think all of these avatar projects, you know, are going to mean something down the line, but some of them will. And I think especially communities like the apes, where they continue to provide and add value. And, you know, the OGs are the punks, and the Meebits I've always thought were a little undervalued. I'm excited to see them pop. But yeah, these are the things that I'm interested in. And so I said, this is a long way to say, also, my personal thought too is invest what you can afford to, collect what you love. But I also think, you know, responsibly taking a little bit of gains along the way is smart too, because greed can really leave us empty-handed, and who knows where all this goes. So that's something I've been doing recently. And I saw like a friend of mine, you know, people say they've paid off houses or paid off debts. I paid off a debt. I just bought a car. Like, I'm just like, okay, like, let me take that and then see where else, and then leave enough to take the ride, but try to be responsible in all of this. It feels like there's kind of a gold rush happening right now, and I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, that is awesome. One question to let you go. You said you've been minting. Have you ever minted while you've been broadcasting a WNBA game, Roz? You on there on that?
No. I would never disrespect the craft in that way. But these projects have happened at inopportune times. I've been at dinners minting. I was like, I gotta go. It's an alarm. Like you know, and I am stressed out. Okay, so I was in a meeting with an advisor, and I'll leave on this. And the art blocks, what you call it, them little squiggly things.
Geometry runners.
Geometry runners. And I thought it was cool. What was his name? Roth? Who was the artist?
I don't know.
I forget.
I don't remember his name.
Okay. I actually thought it was cool. So here I am, and the mint price is 5 ETH on a Dutch Russian to start. And I'm like, geez, is it going to get down before? I don't know. And then I was like, you know, shoot, I think it's cool. I like the art. These art blocks are blowing up. And so I press mint. First of all, like, they give you this whole warning that freaks you out. Like, hey, this is for pros and advanced minters. I'm like, and so then there was like speeds you can go. I was like, I don't know what it means. And so I pressed the button, and literally for the next like 15 minutes, because it's taking a while to mint, I couldn't enjoy the convo. I couldn't enjoy the meal. I was like, why did you spend so much money? What are you doing?
Do the Brussels sprouts, okay?
And anyway, it turned out that it did not work because it sold out so fast. And I was so relieved. I was like, I didn't even really want to get it. I would have been freaked out. So yes, I have minted in public situations. I have been at weddings and NFTs come up. I've decided that NFTs is the new, like, having a Peloton or being vegan, where you can't be anywhere without bringing it up.
Yeah.
Have you seen
100%. Yeah.
So that is what I'm up to with that. I'm out here. I'm doing a lot of projects, but I'm trying to reel it in a little and be realistic and stay a little liquid and protect my mental health. But who knows?
I tried that like 5 months ago. Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
I think that's protecting mental health. That's the best takeaway there. But Ros, we very much appreciate you coming and hang with us tonight. We know you have to get to a dinner where you need to also mint while ordering appetizers. So we are gonna let you go. Anything else you want the people to know that you're working on right now?
No, not really. I actually might come out with a series about my journey in the space. So
Oh, you definitely should.
Yeah, maybe I will. But I want to thank you guys for creating this space, for always having me, for being a line that I could reach out to if I have questions. You guys are awesome. So
all right, Ros, have a great night. You're welcome.
Appreciate it, Ros.
Anytime you want to swing by. Peace.
All right, bye.
All right, TJ, you have a tough act to follow here with Ros. I mean, we really put you in a tough spot there.
That was my clear opening line here. Like, man, there's not really a tougher spot in the game. Just spitting fire, talking about minting in public. I mean, my goodness, I'm not sure I can follow that up, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, where's the weirdest spot you minted? I mean, I need like on a roller coaster or something, TJ.
Yeah, that's a great question. I've definitely minting mobily is tough sometimes, at least for a boomer like me. Makes it a little difficult, but yeah, I just started really getting into some of these other NFT projects just as they're probably on the downturn. So maybe we have truly peaked here.
Let me do a proper introduction. We have TJ from Own the Moment here tonight. I'm sure if you guys are in the TopShot streets, you are familiar with TJ, but who knows? Maybe you're just in the NFT streets and not familiar with Own the Moment. So TJ, I believe Club TopShot debut.
This is my debut, correct? Pleasure to be joining you guys. I feel like I've spoken with each of you individually, but never on stage here.
Welcome to the show. You guys obviously have a ton of cool stuff going on at Own the Moment. And obviously, most pressing here, the launch of the Owners Club, where you guys are trying to marry our love of NFTs in DFS and roll them up into one game.
Yeah, really excited about it. Going to be launching next Tuesday, so 5 p.m. Tuesday. Definitely check it out, but happy to talk more about it, but summed it up nicely there. It's a NFT-based fantasy football game where we will be selling NFTs to people. Each of the NFTs will represent a team/city and a position in football: quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense. And then after you purchase those NFTs, you'll be able to use those to play in free contests on our website where you can win real money.
That's awesome. Is there significance of the city and position, or that's just kind of your, I guess the name of your NFT, but they all serve the same function?
Yes, they serve the function of essentially being tied to the corresponding city.
Oh, they do. Okay, so it's tied to the performance of the position in real life. Okay, yep. It's not like your team and then you draft underneath that team or something. Okay.
No, so yeah, it's just simply a way where we do not need to have copyrights, so we can just associate a city and a position, and then that corresponds accordingly with the team. And then it's also a little bit unique because it's the full position group. So you have the Philadelphia wide receiver NFT. It's not reflective of one single player. It's the points for the entire position group for that specific team.
So if Mohamed Sanu throws a touchdown, does Trey Lance, or does quarterback Sam Fran, or wide receiver Sam Fran?
No, that'd be wide receiver.
I was about to go
because that's
what if the hybrid guys, like the wide receiver, like tight endy kind of guys?
So we will have essentially a database that maps what each player is positionally.
Yeah, and they're going to use a general sports stat provider. So it's the same thing. Like if you're playing Mohamed Sanu, he's designated as a wide receiver in DFS. He throws for that touchdown. You're going to get the 4 points within your wide receiver slot there. So do you guys have who is your stats provider? I'm getting real in the weeds here.
We're using my sports feed is going to be our stat provider.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll have a stat provider. They stream through all of the data. We'll also marry our NFTs according to the positions that they have assigned each of the players. And then it will lead to essentially real-time scoring. I think it might be like a 5-minute lag
Yeah. And
for
to
the true
me,
degens.
the most fun thing to think about is, I mean, we're all in the season long and DFS streets, but thinking of the situations that are actually really different. I was listening to you guys talk with Leone and Levitan last night, and some of those positional groups, like say the Saints quarterbacks who are going pretty late in drafts, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneer tight ends who are going late in drafts, but get a huge bump when they're factored into this specific scoring. I think that adds a really fun element to it.
Yeah, it was pretty unique going through it with those guys last night. The Tampa Bay tight ends definitely stood out as something. And then the other thing is that it's going back to boomer life of standard scoring, no PPR. So I think that also mixes up things. We're super used to, if not full PPR, at least half PPR these days. But we decided to go with standard just because it would have skewed so heavily to the wide receiver position if we did PPR, that we wanted to try and have a balance across the core positions from like an average outcome standpoint.
Yeah. And why don't you explain, just so people fully understand, since we kind of jumped into it, kind of like the mechanics of how the game works. You obviously you can get the packs in the drop, and you get one position group to field a full starting lineup. But then how do you guys kind of envision the marketplace working as far as setting your lineup and all that?
Yep. Yeah. So everything starts with the ability to purchase packs on the website. So you guys can check it out. toc.otmnft.com. If you have not done so already, make sure you sign up for an account, join the Discord, all of that good stuff. And then we'll be releasing the packs.
Say that one more time.
toc.otmnft.com.
Got it.
So just a subdomain of the OTM website.
Do you have to sign up privately from OTM, or?
So if you already have an OTM login, then you can just sign in with that same login. And then, you can also follow the new Twitter account at TOCNFT, and then join the Discord too. In the Discord, we've got a Q&A channel going where we're answering a lot of the more in the weeds questions and just kind of making sure everyone understands everything heading into Tuesday. But yeah, going back to that. So zooming out, there are going to be 50,000 total NFTs. Half of those are going to be released in the first drop. So for 50,000 total, it means that there's 310 of each position and city team combination. There's also going to be 400 jokers, which means that you can get a positional joker and then essentially select which team you want that to represent in a given week. Once you own those NFTs, you'll then be able to play in one of two contests on our website. So every week we'll have the main event. In the main event, you need to submit 5 positions, one of each. So 5 NFTs to go there. You can then buy a pack. So when you buy a pack, you get 5 NFTs and you automatically get one of each position. And those go for $200. And then you can also buy a single NFT, which will cost $50. And then you just get a random team position.
Sir, what is that in Ethereum, please?
I know, right? Like, man, just going back to the US dollars, it's really, really tough for you deep ETH people.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really fun too, because, when we think of DFS, we get really in the weeds, obviously, on the micro stuff for the players, the matchups, the weather, all this stuff. To me, the skill element here is going to happen with a lot of almost schedule analysis. Like, where are the soft pockets of the schedule? Like, one example I have that came to mind, like last year, David Montgomery on the Bears was like dog shit for most of the year. And then the Bears running back schedule, like, it was just a flashing green neon sign. Like, this is the softest schedule. And of course, David Montgomery promptly proceeded to go ham. And so to me, that's where I'm getting excited, is how can I get ahead of the field looking at which position groups have specifically strong matchups coming up. I mean, TJ, are there other kind of strategy elements you guys see unfolding here?
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of them. I think in general, it's kind of opportunity to, if there's a certain position group or team that you're bullish on, you can scoop up a bunch of them early on with the plans to sell them in the secondary marketplace down the line. So I think that the secondary market kind of opens up a whole nother element here, right?
Where is the secondary market?
Yeah. So, okay, let me get into those details now. So this is built on Polygon. So layer 2 solution. We're doing that so that you don't have to pay any gas fees. So when you come to the site, you can pay with credit card, PayPal, or ETH crypto. So It's kind of a very TopShot-like experience in terms of how it's being built on the front end because it's on Polygon, no gas fees. We're kind of eating that on our end. And then for the secondary marketplace, at least to start, it'll be on OpenSea because it's on Polygon. You'll need to convert your ETH to WETH, to wrapped ETH. But then once you're in the wrapped ETH, there's essentially no gas fees. It's like pennies on Polygon. So that was really a priority for us because the whole idea is that you can be switching your team around week to week. And if you're paying, $50 in gas every time, that was never going to happen. And then the future goal is that we will build out an entire secondary marketplace on our own platform as well, so that it can all kind of live in that same ecosystem. Again, a very TopShot like experience. And hopefully, we're kind of trying to bridge the gap here for people that are maybe not so in the weeds on the crypto stuff, but are into fantasy football. They're like, okay, I understand fantasy football. I can get on board with this, and then use that as an onboarding ramp into the broader crypto space for those folks.
And so will kind of the interplay between OpenSea and Polygon be very familiar for Zed users in the same way that works?
Yeah, I'd say that's a great way to put it. I mean, you'll be able to shop on OpenSea. It's just you need the wrapped ETH to make the purchase. So the same way, it's very similar to a Zed-like experience there.
So on the Moment site, you will log in with your MetaMask wallet, and your assets will appear there as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you can use regular ETH on the OTM site.
So you use regular ETH only on the initial purchase of the packs.
Okay, got it.
And then, so kind of, at least for now, view the original purchase and the secondary marketplace are kind of two separate things from how you purchase. Original purchase happens on the Own the Moment or the TOC website. You can use credit card, PayPal, or ETH. And then secondary marketplace, that's where it's on OpenSea, at least to start. And then the wrapped ETH comes into play. And then I guess one last thing is that for credit card and PayPal purchases, there is a 5-pack maximum, or basically $1,000 maximum for security fraud reasons.
So if you're an Ethereum whale, you're fine. Go ham. If you are a USD fiat whale, we are capping you at 1,000 is what you're saying.
Exactly. No USD whales allowed.
All right. Trying to field a bunch of questions here. I feel like this is a good one. How is this pack drop process going to go? What kind of setup are we looking at?
Yeah, so there will be no queue. I've gotten this question a couple of times. So I'm like, okay, people are asking for a need for a queue. That's probably a good sign. I like hearing this question at least, but there will be no queue, at least in this first one. So it's just going to be first come, first serve. You can purchase up to 10 packs at a time. Again, but only 5 if you're.
How many packs total?
Card. There are 4,000 packs total in the first drop. 4,000 packs of 5. And then that gets us to 20,000, and then 5,000 single NFTs. That's how we get to the total of 25,000.
Pack Stableman, the wheels are turning once again for him.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out if PayPal moves faster than high gas.
Ooh, okay. That's actually a good point. Yeah, for what's going to go through quicker. TJ's just laughing because TJ's acting like he doesn't think this is going to sell out, and everyone here, I mean, Dangy is getting ready for the gas war. So, like, what's going on?
All right, let's do it up. Hey, I'm optimistic, but you never know.
So is Ricky.
I did see a good question. Is it season to season or?
Yep. Another common question that we get. So yes, it is season to season. So these first edition NFTs will not have utility in the game of next season. However, we are very, very aware of this and very committed to making sure that these maintain value in some way. I mean, at the most basic level, so the game aspect is one element of this. The other is kind of, this idea of being a member of the club. This gets you access to opportunities for giveaways, winning tickets to games, things of that nature. And then the thing that I will also say is we're working through things like trade-ins for, you trade in X number of the season 1 packs or cards, you can get access to season 2, etc. Basically, I'm not trying to say that we have it all worked out, but like it's something that we're super aware of and understand that we need to make sure that we get that right and preserve the long term here.
Why did you guys come to that decision? I'm just curious.
Well, so I mean, at the base level, right? The reason that we're able to pay out $1 million in prizes is because of the money that we're able to bring in from selling the NFTs. And so, in order to maintain prize pools for free contests next year, we need to be able to sell another round of those. So that's one reason. Also, I mean, I just think that hopefully it's a fun experience each year. We'll have new art for each of the teams and cities. And so it just, to me, kind of makes sense to segment them. And then, I think that there's also a long-term collector play here that we will certainly be aware of too. You're a big Eagles fan. You have a bunch of the Phillies cards from all the seasons. How can we look to reward those people from like the club membership type perspective?
You mentioned the art. What do we have any prototypes?
Yeah, I saw it on the site. It's on the site. It's actually pretty cool.
Can you send me?
Oh, is it on there now?
That's cool. Well,
yeah, there we go. There are some on there now.
Here, I'll send in the chat.
Carolina Jaguars. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, and I also have some others that I could share.
Oh yeah, I see it here. Let's see. I mean, it had to have been a tough decision because you guys could have just done a 10K avatar project and sold out in 2 seconds. So did you guys consider that?
Oh, trust me, we definitely considered it.
Okay,
we're still considering it, to be fair. But
okay, so sweet. So this is in this one, this is a Jags, and then where do I?
No. That is the city of Jacksonville.
Yes.
That a boy, Jack.
Yeah. Where did you?
Come on. Obviously, be careful.
Where did you send me the? This is the link you sent me, Jack.
No. You said it was Jags. It's not the Jags. It is the city of Jacksonville.
I am sorry. I don't want to get anyone canceled.
Yes.
It's the Schmacksonville Schmagwires.
There you go.
Goodell's watching.
Okay. So yeah, and so then we're gonna have the similar artwork for all the teams, and then what differentiates the positional groups, TJ?
Yeah, so we don't see it on this example, but basically in the top left and the bottom left, so those are empty right now, but the top left will show a position. So it'll show QB, RB, WR, TE, DST, and then the bottom left will show a serial number, which will be 1 through 310. And the serial numbers will be used as a tiebreaker. So if two people submit the exact same 5-card lineup, whoever has the total lower serial number wins the tiebreaker. So that adds a little bit of extra utility on the secondary marketplace to the cards that have the lower serial numbers.
I was going to say, I want serial 212 for New York, but that doesn't sound so attractive anymore.
You can still collect it, Mike, if you love it.
I like how you guys went with a more rectangle-shaped pack to kind of distance yourself from the condom wrapper-esque TopShot square packs. I think that was a very smart marketing move by you guys.
Good. Love that. If you scroll down a little too more, I think there's 2 other pieces of art.
Here we go. Gotcha.
You got a Carolina and a San Francisco. And then you've got the main event and the side hustle are, at least to start, going to be the 2 contests that we run. We also had questions in our Discord. People were, of course, doing the math on us. They said, okay, you sell out 50,000 packs. That adds up to $2 million. You're only giving $1 million. So you guys are keeping all of that. That is also definitely not true. Our plan is that
profit is forbidden.
Yeah, right. You're not allowed to make any profit.
God forbid you make any money.
I just owned myself. I knew that, Ricky. I definitely did. All right. Well, yeah, looks very fun. We're very excited. The drop is going to be next Tuesday at 5 p.m. And it just so might happen that the club might be flexing to an earlier show for this drop. Although I need to warn you, TJ, last time we did a show during a late afternoon, early evening drop, Pete Manzanelli got crossfaded and could barely finish the stream. So that is a risk if we do the show during the drop.
You know what? Hey, if Pete Manzanelli is going to be in the house, you got to accept all the risks that come up with that. So it's a high risk but high upside play.
And I think the other part we didn't touch on is kind of the prizes. I know you guys are going to try to have a live final element down in Miami. I mean, I'm looking to run back Miami trip that Jack and I did in May. I think we got to get down there, and you guys are planning around New Year's Eve. I mean, this is a full bash.
Oh, I'll be there. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
there. All right.
There we go.
I'm
Jack
there.
will be there. Boom, he's in. Yeah. So how this is going to work is that the winner of each week for the main event, not only do you get whatever the cash prize is for the week, but then you win a expenses paid trip to Miami for week 17 for the live final.
Wow.
So there will be 16
What,
people.
What would a
competing in that.
week to week prize be? Like how much money first place?
Yeah. So we haven't fully revealed what the payouts will look like yet, but including the live final package, we're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of $7,000 to $12,000 for the top prize, and then we're likely looking to pay out about 10% of the people. So top 10% get some sort of cash back. You then get that paid out in the form of like a OTM balance, and then we will have a KYC process. So in order to withdraw the money, got to go through the KYC process.
Joe, it's going to be a blast for you guys. People are so chill with
wait.
KYC processes.
Yeah, they love it.
Like it's just
They
a thing
love
that people are totally cool with. Like they just say they get it. There's a lot of legality behind it, and that's going to be really fun, I think.
It's so funny. Like I've been on all these calls the last couple of days with like our KYC vendor and all this, and I'm like, I understand why TopShot went through an absolute nightmare, because they're dealing with this with literally hundreds of thousands of people, and oh my goodness, I can't even imagine. So yeah,
I've been thinking through this since I've trying to wrap my head around the game. This idea, okay, you buy up the entire supply. I don't know, maybe I'm thinking about this wrong, but I don't. Obviously, it gives you an advantage. You have more options, but I would think that kind of purposeful buys will be more successful than just owning everything, because your advantages more come in what I would think of like quarters or chunks of the season, realizing how injuries or schedule are going to impact things. And I feel like just owning the entire set, which I'm sure you guys want people to do, but I don't know if that actually gives you an advantage over someone who's making very specific buys based on those factors.
Yeah, this is another thing that comes up often. So the first thing that I'll say is that you can only enter 3 times into each tournament. So, you could buy up all the NFTs you want, but you can only play 21 of them in a given week, 15 in the main event, 6 in the side hustle. So, to me, that's definitely our way of eliminating someone firing in 150, 200 lineups. And yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that, yeah, sure, theoretically someone could hit the secondary marketplace and buy up a bunch, but I don't see that being a profitable move. I just don't see the incentive there. And another thing that Justin and I were talking about is that if someone does do that and they own 250 of these NFTs and they're only able to use 21 of them, that basically just means that now there's going to be less people that can actually enter a lineup, and therefore less people that you have to compete against. And the prize pool remains the same no matter what, right? So whether there's 100 people in it or 10,000 people in it, the prize pool is the same. So less entries is good for everyone.
Yeah. And I think people in general, underestimate the amount of variance on a week-to-week basis in the NFL. It's the same way where you would say, okay, the guy who put CMC and Mahomes and Tyreek Hill in his DFS lineup is going to win the tournament. It does not work like that. The best projected plays aren't what the outcomes reflect. So I've seen this before Underdog became Underdog. They were draft, and they had a contest too where everyone could draft the weekly games based on the available players. And the way you won those tournaments was getting differentiated with some of your last picks that had really low ownership. Like the market just agrees that, these are the best plays. And then one guy who's maybe just a slightly less probability bet than those is the best play. And the same thing happens in DFS. And I think the same thing is going to happen with this. People are going to concentrate. They're going to look at the projections, say, of course, Carolina QB, KC QB are the best. But that doesn't mean they finish as the best scorer, and that's where the edges are in playing the ownership game. I think that's what will be really fun, TJ, is if we start to see kind of projected ownership for this game.
Yeah.
Isn't that part of the incentive of stacking, though? You can ensure that you have a low ownership but high potential kind of player. I'm stacking. I'm getting all the KC QB and all the KC QB. Yeah.
And Justin, being Mr. Game Theory sharp that he is, I thought he made a good point about how for like Kansas City tight end, for example, right? Obviously the number one tight end, undisputed. So he talked about the potential leverage of playing that card in the side hustle instead of in the main event, because anyone that has that is going to be playing it in the main event. And when you in the side hustle, you only have to play 2 cards. People most likely aren't going to be looking to a tight end there. So you could get a ton of leverage on the field in that way. So, I mean, definitely something that we're going to continue thinking through. I honestly have been so focused on trying to build the game that I haven't thought about the strategy too much. But last night's show was definitely super eye-opening, especially seeing, I mean, I saw the chat you just pulled up said, oh, get Carolina running back. I think they were like number 5 or 6 in Leone's projections because, again, no PPR, only one person there, whereas you've got teams like the Vikings where you've got a Dalvin Cook and a Madison. So definitely like a lot of unique things that I think are counterintuitive to what we're naturally used to thinking about from the fantasy football side of things.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be interesting for people too, where we're so ingrained to think, okay, Christian McCaffrey head and shoulders above the best. But if the 49ers rush the ball 500 times this year, I mean, Raheem Mostert and Trey Sermon could challenge McCaffrey as far as their cumulative running back scoring. So it does really change the calculus when you add the team element. I saw one question earlier that I was curious about as well. Someone asked about live scoring, and also because I just got thinking about the ownership percentages. Will those be something that display similar to DFS contests in real time?
So live scoring, yes, we'll be on a slight delay. So a 5-minute delay is what we're looking at from a stat provider. But for all intents and purposes, real time. Ownership percentage, that's an interesting one. I definitely something that we can work our way towards, but for week 1, I'm not quite sure that will be there.
Because to me, I'm thinking of when we all flip over the cards, that's actually what I'm most interested in. I want to know if I got it in good or if I'm just playing the chalk. Because if I'm playing the chalk with everyone else, then I'm like, all right, now I got to hope I have the low cereals. So I want to know when I jam my Jets running backs and everyone has their Carolina running backs, I want to know how much leverage I have.
Yeah, I mean, so one of the interesting things from an ownership percentage standpoint, right, is that I don't think it's going to be possible for anyone to be over 10% owned, because there's a finite number of each of the cards. So there's only 310 total in the 50,000 packs, right? So, and the way it does work is that it'll be completely randomized from the 50,000. So the first 25,000 that we distribute isn't necessarily a 50-50 split. But say we're in the world where all 310 are released. If there's 4,000 entries, that's 8% of people. So if we get, more than that, obviously it can creep up, but we'll never see anyone that can be owned over 20%, assuming that the contest field sizes are large, which I think is pretty interesting.
This is another good question. And one of the quirks to point out about the game with the Thursday night wrinkle, if you want to answer this one.
Yep. Yeah. So lineups will be submitted by 1 p.m. on Sunday. That means that there would have been a Thursday night game. In a lot of weeks, there will be a London game. And if you want to play people from those games, you can do that. So I think that creates some, it's just something different that you don't have another form of fantasy. B, I think it creates some interesting secondary marketplace dynamics. So you have a wide receiver group that goes off on a Thursday night and scores 40 points. You now have the decision, okay, do I want to play them? Do I want to sell them and take advantage of that on the secondary marketplace? In the other case, say you only have 5 cards and your team your running back puts up a dud on Thursday. You're like, okay, well, now I want to go buy another running back on the secondary marketplace because I know that this one isn't going to get me what I need for the week. So yeah, that's an intentional wrinkle that we've thrown into things. I think is a little fun.
Yeah, and it is. I do the FFPC high stakes drafts, and there's a wrinkle for their draft weekend because so many of the drafts are after the Thursday night game. Everyone gets the option to decide whether they want to start the players just from that first Thursday night game. And it actually throws a huge wrinkle into the drafts that happen after. Because if a random guy, so this year we have Tampa Bay, let's say Gronk scores 2 TDs in a tight end preview league, Gronk's going to go in the 6th round of the draft. Should he be a 6th round pick? No. But because people know they can lock that in, they swing to that. And so now we're going to get that kind of element every single week with this game, where my guess is people are going to get too comfortable with the Thursday night information and probably not chase as much upside as they should.
And How many people got burned from Edwards-Helaire last year, Pete? Was that like
he was a 101 after that game.
actually?
Yeah.
Why?
People were because so basically he
that
was
many points for just 1 week?
The thought that we're getting a little off topic, but the thought process for people is like, I know for a fact I will win week 1 because I'm getting his, what did he have, like 45 points or something?
Yeah.
And then they're also saying like, he's like a 3rd round pick or 2nd round pick as is. So jumping him up to the 101 isn't necessarily egregious, but
it's actually funny that he would have been a better pick than McCaffrey last year.
Yeah, with the injury. So it all goes back to that, bird in the hand being more than 2 in the bush there. So that'll be an interesting, I think, strategy element as well. Let's see here. Any other questions that I missed? People already want you to get an NFL player on board. TJ, they want Win China. I saw earlier.
Let's get Chris Conley. Chris Conley's the man.
That's right.
Well, one time I remember talking to someone one time, and this was a couple months ago, and they were like, "Have you ever thought about getting Kevin Durant or Steph Curry to promote for you guys?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, genius! Yeah, let me call them up real quick and just have them promote." But hey, I would love to get some NFL players involved at some point. If you guys know any, Chris Conley, there you go, your boy.
Yeah. I love how it was earlier we were talking to Ros, and people are just, when I asked her what project she's interested in, everyone's just like screaming for her to pump their project in the chat. Everyone just wants the pump these days.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So anything else I'm missing here, Jack, Mike, Andy?
Yeah, I saw someone asked NBA. Could that be in the cards? Trying to think what else I saw.
Yeah, I think. Well, so for this first year, we're definitely very focused on the NFL product or football product and making sure that things are going smoothly there. But yeah, if this goes well and people enjoy it, I think expanding to other sports is definitely something that is on our radar, and also other game types. I mean, yeah, we're starting the season with these 2 contests, the main event and the side hustle, but I would be surprised if we end the season with only 2 contest types.
Oh, I did want to ask, what do you think will be the largest sale during the season?
Oh, of a NFT on the secondary marketplace?
Yeah.
That's very interesting. I mean, I got to say a big number, right? I can't anchor it down.
You don't want to anchor, but I'm curious what everyone
as a base. Yeah, no, actually, it's a good question. I would be curious to hear people too. I mean, I don't see people going terribly crazy. I could see something like a KC tight end becoming like a super expensive one, just because it provides you such an edge over all the other ones. I think you'll see single cards that sell for as much as a pack would in that kind of 200 range. And hey, maybe it could go even more. It really depends.
I think it's gonna be way more.
Man, way more. Okay.
Yeah, especially because I mean, like you said, 10% ownership. You actually can buy an edge, a massive edge, in these situations, unless I'm wrong. But
with the serial numbers mattering also.
And the serial numbers, yeah, true. Yeah. Like a low serial, yeah. I mean, yeah.
See,
the more you say, especially because you then can relive that value every single week.
Exactly.
Over.
Yeah,
so
it would probably happen sooner.
The biggest sales happen early.
Yeah.
Right. And is there diminishing value then?
There
is. Reason across the season. Yeah, the big buy should happen in week 1.
Correct.
Right, because you get to the utility increases the same way with fantasy football waiver wire. Like why you should use your fab early, because you get to reap those dividends.
I wish you guys wouldn't say that. My fantasy baseball league has not realized this dynamic yet.
Are they all listening tonight, Mike?
Big listeners to Club Top Shot.
I'll also do a quick plug. Andy, I did an auction draft on, I can't even remember, was it Sunday night, Andy? Yeah. Sunday night. Yeah. That's on the channel if you guys missed it. Some NFT talk in there for you NFT bros as well, but Andy and I just absolutely demolished a crypto auction draft if you want to check that out.
Wait, a crypto auction draft? How's that work?
Well, what is it, Andy? They're crypto people, right?
Yeah, so this is this thing called League DAO. It's like a DAO for fantasy football, but Ja Rule is in our league, and Michael Carter Williams, and Kevin Rose, and so yeah, We cleaned up.
Nice.
Our team is very good.
So what was it? You just used Pete's mind and your ETH, and that was like the game plan?
Andy
Well-
knows his shit.
Does it?
So yeah, I know more
Why
about
does
fantasy
it?
football than I talk. Like I don't really talk about it at all. But
Yeah.
I used to do it a lot more than I do right now. I just don't really have any time. But so like I bought into this league, and like it wasn't a cheap buy-in. And I DM Pete and was like, hey, you want to co-manage this with me, and we can like stream it and stuff, and then we'll just split whatever prizes we get because you'll know better what's going on than I will.
Did we see the team, the final squad?
We posted it on Twitter. People thought it was a 2-man league. But yeah, I would say Andy and I are alike in that regard, in that I know a lot about Solidity dev, but I just don't really talk about it that much either. But going back to that thing about how I just, as I think through the game, I feel like it would be a slow but steady rise on these position groups, because I do feel that it will be like more of a rolling thing. Like you're not going to have a running back get hurt and then like all of a sudden that moment is going to increase in a ton of value, because it is the entire position group, to where when the next
I think it could tank though. Do you think it would tank?
So like, I mean, take the position like
not
running
as
back.
much, yeah.
Like if Christian McCaffrey goes down, obviously Chuba Hubbard isn't him, but like you're still probably getting like 80% on the dollar there. So
yeah.
I think there'll be changes, but I don't think you're going to see massive spikes. And
that'll probably be your buy ops, right? Which is like, people are going to overreact. They're like, oh, we lost McCaffrey. That they're never going to run a yard again. Yeah.
And I think it'll be like a slow burn as people realize trends of like, oh my God, this team's bad, but their garbage time pass production is solid. The Jets are putting up, 350 yards a game, and people catching up to those trends. So that's what I think will be interesting. I think if you can get out in front of the trends, I think that's how you really take advantage.
TJ just wants to know if you're going to add the Owners Club to a weekly stream now.
I mean,
you're not doing enough content this year, are you, Pete?
I now do this full time, Jack. So it's my job to stream 24 hours a day is what I'm trying to work towards.
Perfect.
Love it. This is actually good. I hadn't thought about that. People dumping during bye weeks when the cards have no utility. That could be dicey though, because you're still gonna have to buy them back after that.
Well, I wonder like how much you could actually almost stream stuff and like basically be buying and selling more actively. I think that'd be really interesting to see if you just like, didn't have a ton of money to commit, but you wanted to be like filling out good teams.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty interesting to kind of see the dynamics of even like potentially taking a week off because you like don't have good players and like would need to dump those players to get other players and stuff. I think that'll all be really interesting.
Yeah. Oh, that's the good question from Brodare. Is there a max limit of cards you can hold at a time, or it's just that you can play?
No max on how many you hold. You can only just play 3 entries into each of the contests that exist.
Yeah. This is a good question too, just from John. He's just wondering what the kind of UI and what that experience will be like for submitting lineups.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I mean, I think that hopefully you think that the website we have now is pretty slick, but yeah, I mean, we basically hired a full team to build out this product. We've got a lead engineer and 2 devs helping out with him. We've got someone that is leading the UI UX from a design standpoint. We've got NFT artists that are working on the art. So it's going to be smooth. It's going to be slick. It's going to, look really cool. I think that we wanted to take the simplicity of things like Underdog. It's a simple, we want it to be simple and easy, but also like cool. That's kind of the vibe that we are going for.
And for me, people asking me like, do I have time to think about this stuff? Part of the appeal of this game for me is that you can fold it into your DFS play and your season long play. Like, I mean, I don't think TJ would be offended when I'd say you could probably spend 30 minutes on this a week and have a lot of fun just getting your lineup set, having that sweat, doing the market. But it's not going to be this thing where you need to take, 6 hours out of your week to be good at. Like if you want to play a DFS NBA slate, like you're going to need to devote 6 to 7 hours just for that night to do it properly. And no one has time for that. And so I like how you guys have kind of created a simplistic game, but that's also going to make kind of the weekly strategy and thought process pretty fun.
Yeah, that was really the whole idea. I mean, we don't want a game we want some strategy involved, sure. But I mean, DFS is hard these days. Like you need to be fully grinding, like you said, putting in hours, putting in tons of research, listening to every podcast, reading every article. Like you really do, or else you're just going to get crushed. And to me, this is a simpler game where there's still plenty of strategy elements. And if people want to put hours into this, they can. I actually think that if you're really trying to like make a profit off this, it's probably best suited in the secondary marketplace. I feel like that's actually probably where more of a creative edge is there for people that are willing to grind. But like also from the most simplistic standpoint, you could buy one pack on Tuesday for $200, and then you can just play those 5 cards for 18 weeks. And okay, maybe you don't cash once, but like you get a nice sweat for 18 weeks worth for $10 a week. I mean, I think that's also pretty cool.
I really like the team aspect, because one of the most annoying things about fantasy football is you pick a guy early and he gets hurt. And in this place, you do get the replacement there. You're not completely punting the season away, and I think that I like that aspect a lot. The team side of things. You avoid the vulture, the handcuff, all these kind of annoying things that
it makes the rookies super fun. Also, like the San Fran quarterback is much easier to get. Right. Not New England now, but. Yeah, it's cool.
It's also really funny to think how massively a value on a card could change. Like we could get Andy Dalton starting week 1, and you could be finishing the season with Justin Fields just ripping off, 30-point games. Like that card could go from being like worth hardly anything, a floor card, to a top 5 card just from Matt Nagy announcing a starter shift. Which I think adds, So I think there is an element to
sleep back to negative EV. Unfortunately, Schefter alerts are back on.
I'm excited about this. I think it's gonna be fun. Anything else I am missing here? People are already trying to punch up the name. They want drop just the owners club.
Facebook quote right there, right? Isn't that from Social Network?
Yeah.
Hey Dylan,
Facebook.
Dylan, if you would have invented Owners Club, you would have already invented Owners Club. All right, buddy? And yes, tell people about what's this party in Miami. Justin said he's promising every live finalist a lap dance. What was that about?
Yeah, Justin is going to be full service for the entire weekend. Now no one's going to want to win, man. TBD on the details of the Miami Live Final, but it's definitely something that we want to make a cool experience. I mean, again, it's you know better than anyone, Pete. Community, right? It's all about the community, and to us, hosting a cool event like that, I think would be a fun thing. And hopefully, you
should collab with Mans. I know he has houses all over the globe, but I was thinking recently how Mans Coin NFT holders have absolutely zero utility. And
dude, that is fucking bullshit.
Mans, where'd that guy come from?
Over's really defending Mans. Wow.
You know what? You're right. He's really slacking. Yeah. He is doing cameos. Every owner gets a cameo. He actually has a couple to record tomorrow. So Jack, you can just shove your.
I didn't know that. I would like to redeem mine.
Yeah,
I'll have to reach out to the man.
I actually wish I didn't publicize this. Please,
I'm gonna redeem mine to our fantasy football league, I think.
Okay.
And I'll send it in our chat with the league.
I'm sure he could cut a pretty good promo for Fragmentalized as well.
Yeah, I thought that was great too. I love the Fragmentalize.
Yes, Ros is the absolute best here. Okay, yes, please. Also, there's a contest going on right now for Mans that Coin 169 is available. It's a photo contest. Submit your best photo of your man's coin. We'll do a bracket. Winner gets man's coin 169. So just get out of here with this no utility bullshit. I mean, the devs are still barely sleeping at night on this project.
The roadmap.
We call it the rug map, Jack.
Speaking of contests, I think I just dropped it in the chat. We're supposed to do a giveaway.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't like linked in the chat though, right?
I got you. I'll pull it from the DMs. Set this up for people.
Yeah, so we're gonna, of course, do a little giveaway here. So what we have is just a Google form. What you can do is enter your TOC username. So yes, you have to have a username in order to be eligible, but enter your username there. And what we'll do is that we're going to give away, ideally on this stream, if we have the time to do so, we'll give away one so that it's people that are on the stream here, and then we'll give away a second one after the fact so that people that watch it after, and we'll be giving away a TOC NFT. So once after the drop next week, since we have your username, we'll be able to just airdrop a random NFT into your wallet. So
it's TOC username, so they need to make sure they have an account, right?
Yes. Yep. So if you don't have an account, you have to make an account first. That's the,
you have to become a rent seeker. You can't just rent seek.
Exactly. If you're going to rent seek, we got to get a little something back. In the meantime, sign up for that account. And
Nick's asking display name, or is it email?
Nah, your username. Good question. Your username.
Username. There you go. So what are we going to do this at
the email address too if you wanted to? But yeah,
into the show? Are you going to be able to export these?
Yeah, I'll be able to export them, and then we can drop them into a wheel.
Okay, perfect. All right, you guys fill that out. I wanted to do it with Ros, but I know she had to go. I mean, do you guys have WNBA packs?
Yes.
I
want to keep mine closed.
Oh God, is this?
I have other packs to open, but
I have
not
other
WNBA.
packs. Yeah. I have my reward pack. I got my fandom moment. It's only one moment. I can open that.
No one cares about watching that.
Let's go. I love a good fandom moment.
Yeah, fandom's cool. No.
I'm seeing Stars pack.
Okay.
You don't think it's cool to have a sealed WNBA first ever pack? That's kind of cool.
I don't think sealed packs are cool.
What, Andy?
I don't think that having sealed packs is interesting. Personally.
In any scenario?
No, because everything
Andy
that's not open.
doesn't even look at his review. He reveals all.
So sealed packs are fun because it's like, could be anything. Who knows? But you can literally just look on the blockchain and go, I have a 15% chance of this and a 2% chance of this.
Yeah.
But that's
the
boring.
blockchain for that. That's like literally how physical cards work. They tell you the probability on the side.
Well, but you don't know how many have been opened. Like some idea of probability.
Andy, you're telling me if you had a Deck the Hoops pack and there were only 4 LeBrons left and one was 23. I know, but you said it wouldn't be exciting.
See, I agree with Andy's take on this, because isn't the point of not opening is because you're hoping someone will pay you more than the expected value of the pack. But every time someone opens the pack, there's less knowledge.
There's a collectible value to the pack itself. I'm fine not opening it for a long time. Just having the first ever pack.
I collect NBA TopShot for the basketball moments, not the condom wrappers.
I do both.
A true man of the people.
I'll sacrifice my WNBA.
I mean, I'm not sacrificing. I'm getting to open my WNBA.
So Clay pulls this up in 50 years when there's 4 more unopened WNBA packs in the world.
Yeah, and everyone knows who they are.
It's not about in it.
It's that
no
time.
No one's paying for your shit pack, Mike.
Let's do it. Yo, what up? It's DJ Pete Overzet. Welcome to the club. We didn't think things were gonna get popping tonight, but it's about to get lit. Behind door number 2, it's a 3-pointer. 13-25, Kevin Durant. We're gonna get a LaMelo. We're gonna get a Luka. We're gonna get a LeBron. Victory reveal. Let's go. God damn it! I don't need another layup. To the window. To the wall. The De'Aaron Fox stripped down my ball. 293 assists. 293. Everybody get their drinks. Let's get a cheers tonight before we open up these nice packs. All right. Cheers, everyone. Cheers to TJ for joining us. Cheers to Ros earlier. Mike and Andy for their pack versus unopened packs. Jack, what do you got? An Nalgene going over there?
Huh?
What are you drinking? Is that a Fiji water?
No, it's Trader Joe's where I met Andy's long lost cousin.
Oh my God.
Much,
fantastic.
much. So I felt bad when I said doppelganger because doppelganger definitely assumes that they look alike, which they did. It was just very different tiers of looking like each other. So I did have to make it clear that this was the Walmart non-JPEG owning version of Andy, but I do think there was some resemblance to the two.
Andy, do you want your public response to this photo?
I'm insulted. I'm honored that you thought of me at all.
And Ali assured you would never be caught in, at least sober, in a Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I would say the last time I've been to Trader Joe's, I was definitely under the influence of alcohol.
This is, we'll just pull it up in case anyone missed it here. This is who Jack.
You got to zoom in. You got to zoom in. The zoom is, you guys get in that face.
I mean, this.
Out of shape, no JPEG. It was probably just the mustache, to be completely honest, but I saw him from afar.
The hair is like a similar style.
Okay, so we do think there's similarities.
So I think the funniest part to me about this is like I'm sure Jack, like, he caught his eye, like, and then he went to like go take the picture and he's like, what am I gonna do with this? And
he's a cupper, this guy. He's a cupper.
Where was it? Is this in Manhattan, Jack?
Yeah, this is in Manhattan.
Oh my God.
Can we do a lot of things for how old this guy is?
I mean, is this like
those are they're
cupping.
Not tattoos, it's literally cupping.
Cupping, yeah.
Yeah.
Why do we think he's doing cupping?
You can see the things.
No, not why do we think, not what makes you think that, but do you think he's like,
he's clearly at the gym a lot in his Under Armour tank top.
This guy's an Olympic swimmer.
My caption is Andy just spent $69 on ETH and Ali's doing the Michaela Maroney not impressed. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me go back to this pack draft here. Andy, you're much more attractive than him. We're just all having fun. Okay.
Are you ready for me now?
Are we going to record it, Jack?
I'm not going to record it. Thankfully, StreamYard does that for us. Ooh,
we haven't heard of that.
New track. TJ, you want to give me a number?
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, let's
trying to be up on my level, you don't got the range though. You be mad you do for free what I be getting paid for.
Hey, there we
That
go.
little baby drop a roster if I say so.
Aces.
I just want the dollars, want the euros, want the pesos. Trying to be up on my level, you don't got the range though. You be mad you do for free what I be getting paid for. Bad little baby drop a roster if I say so. I just want the dollars, want the euros, want the
nice good Dutch
pesos.
name right there, Courtney Vandersloot.
I heard you was mad that I'm on. I am nothing like you. I'm so thankful, smiling like I'm Van Vliet when this get painful. Y'all be tryna tell me out. I could tell you're living. Even though I'm small, I run the point like I was Pippin. All the girls that curved you be around me trying to kick it. They know I'm about to travel like I left my pivot. Left by my business. You don't got.
That wasn't bad.
Nice basic cereal. Super.
That was an incredible pack. The shout to Van Vliet. I mean, that was cool. And this new save image is pretty interesting. You can share it. It gives you your username. It shows the cereal. That's cool. Glad that they're thinking about social.
The rumors are already rolling. Jack got an influencer pack.
Oh my God.
No,
at least I don't rug like Andy.
I did not miss it.
I can't believe Andy became a scammer between last episode and this one.
Times are tough. The punk floor dropped like 10 Ethereum, and I was just, I mean, what was I going to do?
That one guy is going off on you. It's like...
I missed that. All right, I'll do my WNBA pack. I've been sitting on this ready to roll. I knew I had to save it for the club here.
I'll see you guys in 2075 when I have like the last one left.
This is just run it by that. Just send the family trust an email, Mike, and see if they'll let you open it tonight. Here we go. Let's do this.
Yeah, does anyone know who was on the mic for that?
People wanting to know the music, it is up here. Deja SB song called Range. TJ, which one?
Let's go the other way this time, left to right.
Tryna be up on my level, you don't got the range though. You be mad,
Nice.
you what I be
We just
getting
already got
paid
it
for.
earlier.
Bad little baby, drop a roster if I say so.
Ross
I just
approved.
want the dollars, want the euros, want the pesos.
That's a nice moment.
Tryna be up on my level, you don't got the range though. You be mad, you do for free what I be getting paid for. Bad little baby, drop
Someone in the
a
chat was
roster
asking
if
how
I
to
say
pronounce his
so.
name or-
I
Yeah,
just
let's
want
do
the
Pete.
dollars, want the euros, want the
rookies.
pesos. The pesos. I heard you was mad that I'm on. I am nothing like you.
Oh, the double rookie.
I'm so thankful. Smiling like I'm Van Vliet when this get painful. Y'all be trying to count me out.
Shot off the
I
glass.
can tell you living.
I know.
Even though I'm small, I run the point like I was Pippin. All the girls that curved you be around me trying to kick it. They
Nice.
2 rookies. I think there only are 2 rookies so far, so that's nice.
Yeah, it's nice to
Really?
know that Roz was pumping my bags before I even opened them.
Yeah.
Mike, wouldn't it be fun to know which moments you have right now?
I bought the ones I was interested in.
Must be nice.
Must
Yeah.
be nice to be that liquid right now.
Yeah.
It was nice having Levitan on the podcast last night because he had an NBA comp for every WNBA player. Like someone was Baron Davis, there was another person that was Steve Nash. He just
Who was Baron Davis? Do you remember?
WNBA. I do not even remember, sadly. But he was like, "Oh yeah, she plays like Baron Davis," and I thought that was a fun way to go about it. But he was a grinder of WNBA back in the day, so he definitely knew his stuff.
He mentioned that story. He didn't mention that Mans was with him. We were at the World Series of Poker, and I forget what it was, 2018, 2019. And he wanted to submit WNBA lineup so bad that we drove to the California-Nevada border near Prim, Nevada. And he was literally wandering out in the desert with a hotspot on his phone just to reg for these contests so we could go back and then he could submit his lineups. That's how much of a WNBA degen he was.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's literally insane.
It's a lot. It's a lot, but that's what
are the prize pools even that big? Like, was the EV that high?
It must have been for him to justify that, I would think. I don't think Adam would go out there for just a couple of bucks. I think he was like, because on their show with TJ the other night, they referenced that him and Leone were in a 4-man. That was $1,000 4-man contest. So I think they were getting some decent money down.
Okay.
Yeah. Andy, do you say you have I know TJ has a pack. Andy, you got a pack?
Yeah, I have a Seeing Stars or a base set. I can do either.
This is from the Cool Cats drop, right?
Yeah. Which one should I go for?
Can't imagine not being a Cool Cats Master Challenge.
I can't either.
It seems
that's why you want to do your base set, Andy, and I'll do Seeing Stars. I opened my base set from that. The base sets were pretty good from that Cool Cats one. Shout out to the Live Lounge.
Been talking with all right, wait. It's Chrome tab, right?
Oh my
Andy.
God.
Oh,
it's been a while.
Andy.
Jeez.
Been a while since you went into the wrapper.
Are we good to go?
Yes.
Oh man, I don't even know what I'm hoping for in this. I guess probably.
It looks like someone
rookies?
says LeBron 3.
Okay, yeah.
All
All right, what am I going for? TJ's picked every time, so I gotta stick with it. Where
Stick
are we going,
with it.
TJ?
Start in the middle this time.
All right. You better not rug me.
Wow.
I think that's a top shot
That's a
debut.
yeah.
He was a bottleneck at some point or something.
Yeah, Will Barton was like 200 plus at one point. Those were the days.
Nice. Another LE.
The smart non-error moment.
Andy, if you're gonna rug people, at least get better internet with the Ethereum you come up with.
The New York internet.
Is it not going well?
Maxi Kleber. Remember when Mark Cuban wrote about him in his blog post?
Oh man, pump my bags, Mark. That was a non-remarkable pack.
It's okay. It was a gift. It was utility.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine anyone, believing in TopShot long term and not having completed the Cool Cats Master Challenge and being part of the 9 Lives Lounge community.
I'm getting ready to do a giveaway for the 9 Lives
I saw that.
Lounge community. So
the utility
hopefully
just keeps coming.
Yeah, hopefully have something to announce there pretty soon.
Mike, any thoughts?
I'm gonna be there with my WNBA pack, just keeping me warm in the winter, and I don't need anything else.
All right, TJ, share your screen. Pledge in the chat tonight going after you. We need a one-on-one. I mean, clearly our peer pressure to Mike isn't working. We need a plunge and MBL sit down about 9 Lives Lounge.
At this point, why would they want him? I wouldn't want him.
No, he's not welcome.
I still want him. I'm not giving up hope on him. I mean, he's the prodigal son. He left, but he will ultimately come home.
I didn't leave. I was never there.
Wait, why didn't you ever complete the set? Was it because you didn't think it would be plus EV?
No, between maybe, I don't know, February 15th and maybe June 1st, I didn't buy a single or sell a single moment.
Wow.
People want some better lighting, Jack. Just seriously buy a lighting setup, Jack. You're a professional content creator.
Wait, that's been available this whole time? It's not that much better now that you're sitting here.
Hold on.
Oh.
Didn't I send you the link to the Elgato lights, Jack?
That's what it is.
Oh, you're just turning your lights on now?
I didn't think I needed it for TJ, but if I got to get all dressed up for him.
Wow, TJ. How rude.
Yeah. I don't know if that was shade or that, he's just so comfortable around me. I didn't feel like he needed
I would turn it on for fake Andy, but no one else.
That picture's so good.
Shall we?
Yeah, let's do it. It's because you're worried it looks like you have lipstick on when your lights are on.
Alrighty. We'll go down the lane here.
Ooh, let's go.
All right. Start.
Ooh.
Oh, all right.
Okay. All right. Jack, you saw the note. What a pack.
What a meaty pack.
Wow.
Too bad you didn't sit on this for about 19 years, TJ. Your grandkids would have loved to seen that one get open.
Look at that championship badge. Beautiful.
That's a legit pack right there. I mean, that's got to be the best pack I've opened up in a while.
That's beautiful.
Love it.
So everyone has shared a pack tonight. Except
I have packs. I have packs. I would love to share packs.
We would love for you to share something.
Great. Let's do it. Fucking plunge riles up the crowds.
Oh shit! My Meebit sold.
For how much?
12.
Probably nothing.
Wow.
Is that a floor Meebit or?
No.
Jack, share your screen. Show us the Meebit.
Yeah. Wow. And I was just looking at it. Wow. Let's go.
How'd you come up with 12? I saw you were trying to crowdsource that.
What are you gonna do with your newfound wealth?
He's gonna buy like half of some Crypto Striker card and then say he's not liquid in 3 days.
So I actually took not only 1 ETH, I took a few ETH, took them to Coinbase and finally took some USD. It's shameful, I understand, so don't get mad at me, but
No, you gotta do it.
Yeah, I think per Roz's message, you just have to, you got to take some cash off the table. But now I'm liquid again. All right, I shared the screen.
Yeah. The 1K to 100K challenge always included selling a Meebit along the way.
Yeah, exactly. All right, promote me up.
This is your Meebit. Why am
I
not showing this shit?
What?
I thought I was trying to get NBL screen share. I got rugged by your screen share.
No,
I want to see
Mike asked for it.
Interested in seeing Meebit.
Yeah. So the floor is like 7, and I listed it earlier when the floor is 8. So these are the floor.
How good was your bit here that you got that much?
That's what I'm saying. I had a nice bit. Let's look at this guy. Ellie. Oh, just went on a shopping spree. It was a good Meebit.
Oh, I got the matching shirt and pants.
Yeah, it's
kind of looks like he's in his pajamas, if I'm being honest, with the slides and
So
cardigan.
really good Meebit. Very happy with the sale. Unfortunately, this is being live streamed, so the IRS will be knocking. But I'm satisfied with the sale. This is big time.
You could buy a $40,000 TopShot moment. Just saying.
I could.
Yeah.
And now that I got to pay tax, so it's really depending on my tax bracket.
Not for a long time. Not for a long time.
The
4
Meebit
months.
was a marketing expense.
No, you only pay your taxes in like April.
Yeah, but
so it's more than 4 months.
Just let Jack do.
True. I'm just thinking in the tax year. All right, maybe I'll go shopping. Let's head to what would you buy with $40,000?
Let's see.
Very relatable question, Jack.
Well, is it for you or for someone you love?
Yeah. Does your girlfriend hit you up for these purses like all the other ones?
I actually just bought her a purse for her birthday. She's here for the first time ever watching the live stream.
We apologize, Hallie.
Yeah, no, she's not impressed at all. But she is literally, like, you guys can see the screen. She's hiding in the corner of the room. She didn't want to get into the screen. For 40K. All right, I'll look around. Let's let Mike open his pack, and then maybe we'll.
Are you gonna finally join our per community, Jack?
I am a member of the Perlinis.
You finally got back in after seeking your influencer per.
So what happened was I hate Carlini, obviously, because I'm Team Mike. And I market list. He gifted me one, and I market listed it for 0.01 ETH. And the everyone was upset. Actually, 0.01, maybe 0.001.
Probably 0.1.
No, 0.01. I was like, I hate the Perlinis. I'm getting rid of them, and I create absolute FUD. And then he gifted me another, and so I was gonna hide it on OpenSea, but I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of fallen in love with the Perlinis.
You happen to fall in love with it as the floor is raised like 0.2 just since then?
No, it's because your NFT channel are the meanest human beings on the planet. Like they are.
You're also an asshole, Jack.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Made in heaven.
Yeah, no, it just to me. So now I realized if I become part of the club that they'll start being nicer. So what do you vote for? Perlinis or TopShot moments? We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Maybe a little column.
Cosmic Dame Lillard. All right.
Okay, so that's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say.
If Dame gets traded to the Knicks tonight, I will buy that moment.
That has to be tonight, though.
Has to be tonight. Nah, probably at any point, to be honest.
All right. Should I open a pack?
Yes, you should.
All right.
Mike trying to figure out if he knows how to do this. I do not see the audio notification next to the screen.
Oh, Michael.
Redo it, Mike. Everybody take a drink.
You know what I could buy off TopShot with my newfound money? I could join the 9 Lives Lounge.
Let's go.
There
We
we
need
go.
to shave Mike further.
Do you guys see this? Is this working?
Yeah.
It is. Wait, so will you open your fandom or just your?
I'll open this.
Okay.
Dude, but is
Your
that fun?
collector
There's
score
only-
is kind of weak, to be honest.
There's only one moment in this. It's not that fun.
Yeah.
I can open this.
Wait, you know what's crazy? I saw someone the other day who he like his account. I hadn't seen a collector score this high for most people, and his account like wasn't nearly as high value as I would expect for a collector score that high.
He gained the system.
It was his name was Shark, I think. I mean, he's like the 20th highest account, but like his collector score was like 1.8 million.
I think people who are buying the trade tickets in advance of that are getting good bang for their buck. They're buying the cheapest moments, and those are worth the same as like a higher end like LeBron Common.
Okay, yeah, because he owns like 10,000 moments.
Yeah.
So.
Would you call those guys rent seekers, Mike?
No, I would not. All right, what are we on? One of these guys?
I don't know. You tell us. Apparently, some of these are off limits.
Very few of them are off limits. What about this? Rising Stars? Or should we save a rare pack for Chris Conley?
You basically
All right, I'm
say.
opening this.
Wait, is Chris coming on?
No, we need to get him on though.
Yeah, we got to get him back. All right. All right, TJ.
Let's go back to the right. All the way right.
Left to right?
Right.
I think we.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. It's so loud. I'm going left to right.
Jingles.
You just got jingled, baby.
Oh. I think Damien's in there for the contest. Little late on the rotation, but it's okay.
Triple J.
Wow.
Oh, we saw him.
We did.
I think Mike, I think we need to do a walk-off pack.
All right.
Can you do one more for a walk-off pack?
Yeah.
So, all right, Mike, at least show us what you have.
Yeah, show us what you have so we can lustfully look at your packs. That's it. Jeez.
Yikes. Not even a legendary finals, just
I've literally only ever gotten one legendary pack in my entire life. It's nonsense. Roham has it out for me.
Yeah, clearly. If there's anyone who has just gotten the short end of the Top Shot stick, it's MBL.
It's been a hard year for him.
I was
Very
actually
challenging
looking.
year.
I was actually looking at his account value today. Mike's, that is.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It's rough over there, right?
That is.
All right, fellas. Which pack?
All right, this is a walk-off pack here. What are we gonna do, Mike? You ask us.
Wait.
which pack,
We
and then you
the
say,
giveaway. The giveaway.
Oh,
The
we
giveaway.
need,
do have the
yeah, you're
giveaway.
right. TJ, giveaway.
We do
Get
have
it
the
in the
giveaway.
hopper.
Giveaway, and then
Should I stop
Giveaway
sharing
after
for
the
this?
pack?
Yeah, I want to do walk-off pack, giveaway, then walk-off pack.
giveaway.
All
Then
right, so
we'll
should I stop sharing?
Okay.
No,
I'm
Mike,
ready to
leave
go
it.
on the giveaway.
All right, you gotta go.
Oh, you took care of it. Okay.
I got you. I'm a master producer. Oh, TJ is also a
got-
master producer.
We've got I've done a podcast. or two.
Worry-free
in my life.
CBD skincare. Say more.
There we go.
No free ads.
Free ads right there. Close that.
Am I
They're
on
not
this?
paying us.
Yeah, I'm trying to find me too.
The rent
You're the
seeker.
first one, MBL. Rent seeker.
Look at
himself.
this.
Oh, I'm there. I'm there.
Dude, remove MBL. Honestly, we can't handle the optics of this. TJ, remove him.
No. This is ridiculous. Come on. What?
Wow. Let's go.
What?
Wow.
I'll send you some
crazy.
free CBD skin oil, Mike.
Here we go. The winner will receive a TOC NFT after the drop next week.
Remove
Whose
Jack
screen
Settlement
is
too.
it? No,
Good luck,
no,
everybody.
Remove Jack
no,
Settlement.
no, we're live.
It's too late.
No Jay Settlement. I saw
Oh,
John Tart in the
Tart.
chat earlier.
Yeah.
There you go, Ja.
That's hard.
Let's go.
John Tart said he knows the Trader Joe's Andy, if I'm remembering the chat earlier. Congratulations.
I mean, if that's
Ja.
real, that'd be fucking wild.
That would be unbelievable.
You guys would have to meet.
I refuse.
TJ, do you need any other information, or is his username all you guys need?
No, we should be good with that, Jethard. Actually, just shoot us a DM, just so we have your contact, just in case. But we should be good with that. Shoot us a DM on Twitter, and we'll make sure we get you that next week. And then we'll be doing another spin of this too next week. So we'll give people that are watching the show back a chance to win the second one.
This is my question too. We have a very active member of the Club NFT channel named Ja, and I'm not sure if this is the same one or not. So we'll find out. Ja is a legend in there. So congratulations, Ja Tar and or Ja. All right, Mike. This is a walk-off pack. Real quick. Thank you to Ros for joining us tonight. Absolute legend, the best. TJ, thank you for coming on, telling us about the Owners Club. We will be back next Tuesday. We're going to do an earlier show. I'm doing a fantasy football draft in our usual time slot. We're going to go live a little bit earlier. It will coincide with the drop. We'll have some fun with that, being part of the Polygon Wars, going after these packs. TJ, anything else here before we do this walk-off pack?
Yeah, I would say just make sure that you're following us at TOC NFT. Make sure you're joining the Discord. And then, next Tuesday, 5 p.m. But as Pete said, Club TopShot will be going live a little early through the pack drop. And good luck, everyone. And reach out to us, DM us if you have any questions, and we'll make sure that everyone's all set for Tuesday.
Awesome. Andy, anything going on Fragmentalize this week?
We have actually our biggest launch so far tomorrow, which is the Doge NFT that was bought by PleaserDAO a few months ago. That will be 20% of that's going to be auctioned off on SushiSwap tomorrow. So that'll be pretty exciting. But that's basically been all encompassing for me. So nothing else, just that.
There you go.
It's been a shit ton of work.
Jack, anything you want to plug? What do you got going on?
Nothing.
Wow. All right. Jack, full-time content creator, is doing nothing. That's good to know. Mike, what about you, buddy? Get the plugs in.
I don't have that much to plug, but the reason I have all these packs is that I've been grinding all these quests and showcases. So I just want you guys to know, I'm
remember when Mike told everyone to retweet and share his showcase so he could win $12 in Dapper credit?
I was so angry when I saw that.
No, there were some significant rewards for that.
No, there weren't. It was literally like $15 in Dapper credit.
From the man who brought you the term rent seeker comes a man grinding every possible way.
This is crazy. This is crazy. I enjoy the experience. All right, so I'm going to do this one. This might be the finals one. I don't really know. Release 4. We'll see.
What? That is not the finals?
You don't think? Like, could be.
There were common finals?
Yeah, weren't there? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Pretty sure they were. Anyway, let's see what's in here.
Release 4, it would make sense. That is round 4.
All right, guys, this is a walk-off pack. Like I said, we'll be here next week on Tuesday, a little earlier. If you guys want the audio version of this podcast because you don't like looking at our mugs, there is the iTunes link down below. Also, shout out to our friends over at Underdog Fantasy. The season is starting here very soon. If you think there's overlay in the contest, I mean, now is the time to hop in. I don't think there will be. Jack doesn't think there will be.
There won't be.
There won't be.
I've assured as head of winning at the organization. I also saw there were some people trying to cheat. I handled that issue. So strictly fair play at Underdog Fantasy. Use code Jack. Thank you very much.
Use code Pete.
Code Jack. And Pete, I told you I would max enter.
Where are you at?
I've got like 25 to go.
Okay. Yeah, right. You're on pace with me then. I got like 23 to go.
And we're doing a big dog. I guess that's my one shout next Tuesday. My first big dog, I drafted Gus Edwards about 4 hours before Dobbins got hurt. So,
all right, running hot. That's right. Shout out to Underdog. Get on there. That $25 promo isn't going to last forever. Scoop that up while you got it. Mike, walk us off here.
All right. And thank you to Roz and to TJ for joining us, obviously. And let's do our release 4. All right, before this gets all loud, TJ, how am I opening this? Left to right, right to left? What do you like?
Well,
middle left.
Let's do left. Let's do left to right again. Keep it nice and easy for you.
He's so focused.
This is what I'm talking about. Chris Conley coming back on the stream. Let's go.
Let's go.
Nice. Trey Lyles. Okay.
Oh, good move.
Oh, that was pretty nice.
Okay. Against Andy's Thunder.
Yeah. I mean, they're just such defensive beasts.
Shocking.
Impressive. Yeah. All right.
Championship badge. Let's go.
Okay.
This is it from the finals.
I know. Yeah, I'm impressed. Oh, nice.
Playoff
That's nice.
moment from the finals.
Were you at that game, Jack?
No, I was not. That was the all the TopShot rent seekers got to go to that game in a suite.
You guys are abusing the term. Abusing the term.
Oh, Mike, who would have thought that term might get abused or used in wrong context? Okay. Final moment. Thank you guys all for tuning in to Club Top Shot tonight. We love you. Thank you to TJ, to Roz, Mike, Andy, Jack. I'm Pete
Did Mike freeze on his last?
No, he better not.
I didn't freeze.
Okay. You were very still. I was worried.
I thought I was giving over
I
to
was
his
building
face.
to a crescendo and then
Yeah.
you press play.
All right, here we go.
Cameron Payne.
Campaign. Oh, what a sneaky play.
Sneaky play. We'll see you guys next week. We are a sneaky show.